Everyone, it's Vicky Weber from At Home Author, and today we're going to walk through how to upload your book on KDP. We'll start with the ebook. If you haven't looked at how to create an ebook file for free on your own, make sure you check out my video on that. But here's the thing, this is just a tutorial video. So if you want to know more about strategy behind releasing, then you're going to want to check out some of my other videos as well as coaching and courses, because all we're going to cover today is the how to. And with that, let's get started. So you'll need to start by going to kdp.amazon.com and logging in. Once you are in, if you've not done so already, if you don't have your account already set up, make sure you do that. You will need your billing information as well as your tax information so that they can pay you once your book is up and live. Now, since we want to start with the ebook, I'm going to select Kindle ebook. You're going to choose the language that the book is in. So, if this is a Spanish translation of your English book, then you would put Spanish. Very nice and easy here. You are going to enter your book title. You do not need to enter a series if this is your first book. If you have more than one book, you can actually do this later and add books to a series, but it's very simple and easy to do. You just fill in the information. You either add this book to an existing series or you create a new series, and then you'll need to select if it's an ordered series where you have to read the books in order or if it's an unordered series. This book is not a part of a series, so I'm going to leave that alone. But if in a year I did create a sequel, I could add this existing published book to the series. You don't need an edition number unless this is specifically a new edition of an existing book. I'm going to put in my name as the author. I'm going to put in my illustrator's name. Then I'm going to put in my book description. Now, this can be changed later, but your book description really needs to be catchy. It needs to be more about the reader than the book and what they are going to get out of it, because this is going to be the reason that they purchase and are curious to know more about your book or not. So you can put a placeholder, but I do recommend that before you upload your book, you work on a description, get feedback on it, do some testing with it, see what's catchy, look at other examples of good selling books with solid descriptions, and start from there. You are going to indicate that you have the copyright unless it's a public domain work. Public domain means that it is a fairy tale or something else that is in the public domain. And if you have more questions about that, you can read more in these links or you can contact a copyright lawyer. When in doubt, contact a copyright lawyer. These 7 boxes are actually really important, and there's a lot of false information out about what these keywords do. There's a lot of confusion about what these keywords do. So, firstly, you do not have to put one word in each box. That's actually going to be detrimental to you. What you want to do is you want to put relevant phrases in each box that accurately describe what your book is about. You want phrases that are highly searched. And there's a couple ways that you can find them. You can go to Google and you can mess around and see what has a lot of search results. You can go to Amazon and when you type in one word, see what phrases immediately pop up because those are the common searches. Or you can use a program like Publisher Rocket, which is an amazing tool where it will actually show you how competitive each keyword or each phrase is. For categories, You need to first ask yourself if you are a fiction or nonfiction. Remember, nonfiction is going to be all factual based. A lot of people accidentally put their book in nonfiction. So if this is a story you made up, it's probably juvenile fiction. Now, with these here, these are not technically categories, even though they're labeled categories. These are technically BISACs, which are umbrellas. And so if I were to put my book in juvenile fiction, bedtime, and dreams, then this is the umbrella term. The algorithm would take all of the information I've been put in about my book and it would put it in the closest category within that bedtime and dreams umbrella. Sometimes there's only one other category under that umbrella, but sometimes there's many, especially when you get into like art and architecture. There's a lot of subsets of that. Some of these will already show like animals, there's already a lot of subsets. So, these are going to be more specific. But when you get to this point, the more specific, the better. A very common mistake is that people will put it in juvenile fiction general. It's not going to give you a good shot. The more specific and relevant you are, the better your chances of getting a number one new release banner or a number one bestseller banner if you make a lot of sales. It also just helps with visibility. So you really want to think about what your book is about. Now, mine is about stage fright in this example. So I'm going to look under performing arts and I might do music. Um, don't use this one. Don't use picture books because it's just too general. It's not going to be very helpful to you. So no, it's not really any of these social issues, but it is like self esteem and resilience. So that might be a good one for me. Here you can only pick 2 BISACs, but if you want your book to be in more categories, all you have to do is email KDP. If you need to research more about categories and how competitive they are and which categories will be easier for you to get those banners in, then once again, use Publisher Rocket. I cannot emphasize enough what an amazing tool that is for self published authors. You will select your age range. Most picture books are for 3 to 7 or 3 to 8. You can select your US grade range. That's optional. I always do that because a big part of my audience is teachers. So let's see, 8, that's 3rd grade. I'm setting up a pre-order, so I need to select the date. Something important I want to emphasize is that your release date is the date that your book will be released, meaning your book will be published. Some people make the mistake here of picking a date thinking it's the date the book will be up for pre order. But there's no such thing as a pre order date. It's asking for your release date. And your release date is your publication date because it's the day your book is released. So make sure whatever date you are selecting here is the date that you want your book to be published. Typically, you're going to want it to be approximately 6 to 8 weeks or more in the future. More is always better, but a minimum of 6 to 8 weeks in the future from the time that you set up this pre order. The thing with pre orders is that once you've set it, you can only change the date once. And if you try to do it more, or if you ever cancel a pre order, you will be banned from ebook pre-orders in the future. It's also important to remember that KDP at this time does not do paperback pre-orders. I've had it happen time and time again where people accidentally publish their paperback on KDP because they thought that they were setting it up as a pre-order like they did with their ebook. So you will select this and hit save and continue. So here is digital rights management. It is up to you whether or not you enroll, but it does make it more difficult for people to steal your book. So I do tend to hit yes. If on the previous page you said you want to release your book immediately, you will not see this section. If you did select that you want to set up a pre order, this will appear, and you need to tell them, no, I will upload my file at this date below or before this date below, or yes, I have a file I want to upload right now. So I'm going to hit no for now, but I will upload it before the date they've indicated. Then you are going to upload your ebook cover. Remember, this should only be the front cover and it does need to be JPEG or TIFF. And then you will put in your publisher name. This is your imprint name that you use when you purchase your ISBNs, but you do not need an ISBN for Kindle ebook. So you can leave this blank and save the ISBN. Next, you need to choose whether or not you are going to enroll in KDP Select. On the customer side, it is called Kindle Unlimited. So basically, you are deciding whether or not you want your book to be a part of the Kindle Unlimited digital library. It also allows you to set your book for free for people to purchase for free 5 days every 3 months, and you choose what those 5 days are. It's a really good tool for marketing because it gets strangers on your page and it helps boost your reviews as well. You'll want to pick all territories unless you have a specific reason to go in and select individual territories. But if you select all territories, your book will be available in Amazon sites all over the world, which is typically what you want. Your primary marketplace, mine is in the US, so that's what I'm going to select. And then I get a lot of questions about the royalty plan here. Now, the difference is simple. The 35% does not have a delivery fee, and the 70% does. So that means the bigger your file is, the better off you might be with the 35%. But the only way to truly test it is by typing in what you want to charge for your ebook and selecting one. So for the 70%, I would make, let's see, with the 70%, I would make $1.59 if I set my book to $2.99. If I selected 35%, I would only make $1.05. So I'm going to select the one that makes me more money, and that is my recommendation to you always is to play with this and figure out what's going to make you more money and select that one. And then all you have to do is hit submit for pre order. When you submit for pre order, then it means your book will be live on Amazon with a button for people to pre order the book before its publication. And all of those sales count as sales on day one of your release. If you're curious what this looks like in its final form, this is an example of a ebook pre-order set up on KDP. You can see the book, you can see the description, you will not see any reviews just yet. Those happen after publication, but there is a pre order with one click here, and this title will be delivered, auto delivered to my Kindle device on the release date if I were to pre order it right now. Now, this paperback that you see right here is set up through Ingram Spark. This is also a pre order and this is what it looks like here. You'll notice that even though this is through KDP and this is through Ingram Spark, they are linked to the same Amazon page. But remember, KDP does not do paperback pre orders at this time. And so if you would like a paperback or a hardcover pre order, you will need to do that through Ingram Spark. And then they will link together onto one nice, pretty page. I hope this has been helpful. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more helpful tips, tricks, and videos to help you navigate the publishing world. Also, don't forget to check the description below for what you should watch next, other helpful blog posts, and free resources.